Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Robert's Model Garage. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, follow. Means the world to me. Today we're going to talk a little bit about my next build, the R32 Skyline, and we're also going to go over some tips and tricks. So here we go. Alright guys, so today I want to go a little bit over the Skyline. Nearing the end of the build. Looks amazing. Don't know why, don't know how, but it took me a lot less time to make this R32 than it did the Hudson. I believe it's a lot less parts, being that it's a newer kit. But we're also going to go over the last show we just went to, the East Coast Model Club car show that we just got back from last weekend. Amazing show, tons of beautiful builds, good vendors. I personally like the food. I've heard mixed feelings about the food, but good food, good people. Just overall, it's a good time. So y'all need to, if y'all ever get a chance, go out and go to these shows. Yeah, I promise you will not be disappointed. Don't have any video footage, but they did have a raffle going on. So a bunch of small little box items, and then we'll talk about what moi won at the end, and we'll have a little video of that and what I won and stuff. But main thing I want to talk about today is just some of the tips and tricks and tools, not really tips and tricks, but really just tools that make beginner modelers' lives a lot easier. I believe, like, if you're an old head and already, obviously you're going to know these tips and tricks, so obviously this part won't really be for you. I just feel like it helped me a lot in the beginning stages of starting modeling. I always like modeling. I always like putting things together and seeing the finished product from nothing to something. So I just feel like these tools make it a lot easier on your journey to making the model complete. Like I said, we're going to be going over the Skyline a little bit first, and then we'll go to the tools and stuff that make our lives a little bit easier. So here we go to the bench. All right, guys. So here, as you can see, we have the body and the internals of the R32 Skyline. Now, this build, I really did enjoy this build. Didn't really take me too long to put it together. Came together very nicely. It's a Tamiya kit. It's the Axia Skyline GTR Grade A Tamiya kit. Came together very beautifully. You can't really tell, but I was able to get kind of a blue glitter effect on top of this diamond silver, just to kind of go with the overall scheme of the car. As you can see, we're going to have a separate video on how to do decals, because there's going to be a lot on this build. So that's going to be a separate video. Tune in for that one. That's going to be our next video on our channel. But R32 Skyline came together very nicely. I was very impressed, which, I mean, it's hard not to be with a Tamiya kit. As you can see, you got the little logos on the seat belts there. If I can get this turned around. Got all the interior painted. And I'm interested, because I'm new to YouTube and stuff. I'm going to start making like tutorial of me going through and actually doing stuff to the interior and all that, because maybe it'll help out some of our beginner modelers kind of, get an idea for how to kind of put together the interior, because a lot of times I don't really follow what the manual says, like the order. Like after this what's the word I'm looking for? This undercarriage was painted and done. They wanted me to go ahead and put on the wheels without doing any interior, without doing any body work. And I mean, I've already picked out the wheels. I'm going with the box stock wheels, because they are fairly nice and they're wide. So I'm going to be going with those. But I just feel like I'm a big guy on fitment. So I want all this done, all the decals on the car, putting the car together, and then seeing how my fitment can be, because I like at least I'm somewhat lowered. So yeah, R32 came out really nice. I really I really like it. I'm really excited to get all these decals put on, and here, I'll show you the underneath too. Took a lot of time doing the underneath. I think for this next show, the next show we go to, I'm gonna get a mirror platform so that way I can get this up and people can actually see all the work I put on underneath the actual car. But yeah, there's that. So I'm gonna get this out the way. Now for the show, like I said, the show was awesome. A lot of beautiful builds, great time. I was able to go up to some of the vendors, even at MCV Products. I'm currently building here, let me grab it real quick. Here, I'll just grab the body. It's the Chevy 4x4, the Love Chevy. I'm going to be building this, and I actually went to the distributor for MCV Products, and I picked up some mud grapplers, and they actually, I don't have the wheels with me right now, but they're basically the 8-hole bullet wheels, but I was able to pick up a pair of these because the OEM ones, they're not very favorable. Like, they're not very aggressive or really anything. They're like some very low-grade all-terrains. And I mean, this is all flimsy on the back, and it's not my style. So we're gonna be going with these mud grapplers. I believe they're 35s by 12.5s. So we're gonna be going with these, get them all painted up, make them look a little wore in, like they've been in the mud. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about that build. That's gonna be our next build. But as far more as the show goes, let me grab these kits real quick. So I'm a big fan of Initial D. I'm big into anime. So I found this. The last Civic I had done, I completely ruined it because I got a wide body kit, but before I got the wide body, I was trying to make my own and cut the fenders a little bit too wonky. So, I mean, there was really no saving it after it was cut to a certain point. But I found this Initial D EK9 hatch, and it's identical to the EK9 I had. But we're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be actually doing it right and putting our wide body kit on it. As you can see, I've got the front bumper, this is the rear bumper. I've got the front bumper. I've got all the paneling to make it a wide body. I've got the carbon fiber roof. Like, I've got the whole kit ready to go.
I'm gonna kill myself! I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
If I didn't just drop it all over the place. Okay, but I got the whole kit ready to go. Here's another one. This is a R34 Skyline, so as you can see, we're making the R32, and you can see the difference in the front ends, how the headlights look a little bit smaller, a little bit narrower, and don't go down in much of an angle. But this is its twin brother, pretty much. This is what everybody knows, the Paul Walker R34 Skyline, so I thought this would be a fun kit to build. I'm gonna see how hard it is to actually get the stickers from Paul Walker's car, make this like a Fast and Furious tribute car. But yeah, that's another build I picked up from one of the vendors at the show. Both really good builds. I'm really excited about those. After the pickup truck, that Civic is probably going to be next and we're going to do videos on how to do wide body kits and all that stuff and where to get your wide body kits from. So one of the last things I want to talk about is kind of just a couple things. Now, for one, I would definitely say go pick up one of these trays. Here, let me move this out of the way. Go pick up one of these trays. You can get these trays at Hobby Lobby. They pretty much just hold all my tools stationary. They're kind of a mess right now because I've been, working on the model. But I got these. These are all different styles of tweezers. Now, these are all very fine tips. So, like, if you need to pick up really thin parts, like, let's say we got these super thin wipers. These can easily be manipulated and picked up and held. They come with, the set comes with, I know I got them off Amazon. I'm sorry I don't have a link for them, but they have straight tip, curved, ones that have a little bit wider grip. They just come with, I believe it's a whole set of 6 or 7 of them. And then I also suggest going to Hobbit. This one's worked pretty good. I've seen other sets on there that people have that work just as good, but this is kind of like a third helping hand. Like, this is a set of tweezers that is reversed, so you squeeze it to open it up, and then whenever you want it to hold the part, you let go, and you can just let it hold it. You don't have to do anything. So I'll show you again with this. So see, I don't have to hold it or nothing. It just holds the part for me. So that's a big thing. Also, I use these a lot, and I have an assortment of different sizes and stuff. I use these a lot whenever I'm doing tires. Like if I need to put the lettering white, I'll take a white marker and I'll rub it on here, and then I'll take it and rub it on the corner, as you can see here, and I'll just dab the lettering around the tire. And then if some of the white gets on the tire a little bit, I can just go back with my marker and touch up the tire, because I usually use the AK markers, the rubber black, to do my tires, because they come out with a good rubber color. So I'll just take this and kind of just dab around the lettering and then touch up whenever it needs to be touched up. And it really does work wonders. I found that just trying stuff out pretty much. Like I said, get you one of these trays. They're really nice. They even hold little bits. Like I have the Katurk. They hold these little bits in there pretty nicely. They're not snug at all, but they still hold the bits so you can separate them, whichever ones you use the most. So I usually use that for that. And also, let me clean up my mess that I just made. Get you one of these. Go to my dad's channel. Matt's Models and More. Get you one of these trays. Send them a message, whatever you got to do. These trays are amazing. I have this one. I have red. And I have a blue one. Just so whenever you're working on separate builds, you can keep all your parts organized, and it helps out. Even like here, I have to clean all this out. But this was, I had to clean a couple parts, like the paint off the parts. So I literally filled my purple power in here, because that breaks down paint the best. I used my 2x strong purple power, poured a little bit in here, let my parts sit in there for a couple of days, took it out, cleaned it off, and now all I have to do is clean this out with some Windex or something, and it'll come right out. So as you can see, also, we don't have really a whole lot left on this build. We got a little tow hook, we got the mirrors, the windshield wipers, but I don't want to do all that until I put the decals on the car and clear over it. So that way all the decals are set in, then I can see where the mirrors and windshield wipers can be placed. But yeah, that's going to be it for tips and tricks. There's going to be a couple other things that are coming. We're going to be talking about some panel liner. We're going to be talking about some tacky putty. Tacky putty just helps you hold on to your parts better, helps them keep it a little bit more like clean when you're trying to paint stuff, because like I use the whole glue on one side method, and then you have to sand it down and all that, and it's just too much. So I found that the tacky stuff works a lot better, so we're going to be making a video on those couple of things. One other thing too, get you a good set of Q-tips. I need to get more soft ones, but these are the hard pointy ones. And these work good for doing your decals, like getting them in creases. Like that's how I did this. I was able to actually, on the fins on the intercooler, I was actually able to run that Q-tip through the fins and actually fully press this to make it look like it was painted onto the fins. But also getting the decals inside of there. I mean, I use it to roll this around just to make sure this is nice and flush around the edges. I mean, overall, they work very amazingly. Like I said, I got to get some new ones, and for glue, I see a lot of people using testers and all that, but I'm not going to lie to you. This BSI MaxiCure, I get it off Amazon. It's how big is this bottle? It's a 2-ounce bottle, and I think it's like $7 or $8. And I'm telling you that the last bottle I had was half this size, and it lasted me through a bunch of models, a bunch of messing up, So get you some of this. And then I actually threw it away, but it's the same BSI Maxi Cure, but it's the accelerator. And instead of the spray, I realized with the spray, my father actually taught me that you lose a lot of it very quickly trying to spray because it sprays everywhere. So what I'll do is I'll take the cap of the bottle off, fill this up with it, and I actually can just use this, and I'll show you just on here. But you literally can just drop, and you're good. And you barely waste any, and it takes, I mean, ever since I've started modeling, I'm still on the same bottle. So, I mean, this stuff lasts a very long time if you do it this way. I just feel like with the spray style, you just lose a lot more than you should have to lose. But, yeah, that's going to be it for today. We're going to go to our closing video, and I'll see you there. All right, guys, before we sign off on today's video, we're gonna go ahead and show you what I won at the show. Go over that a little bit before we send you to today's closer. So here's that video of what I got. All right, guys, so I've never officially showed you my paint booth. So here it is. It ain't nothing too fancy. We're actually in the works of getting a corner desk put here with some backsplash, just to protect any of this from getting messed up since I rent and stuff. These are all my paints. These are those Gallery Kaleido paints that work amazingly. I'm really impressed by them. I've also got some, cheaper standard Amazon paints to go along here. Got some paints that I bought from Hobby Lobby for my girlfriend's Jeep she wanted me to do. This pink, pearlized pink. Got some Kaleido actually came with a thing of cleaner and a thing of thinner. Got Mr. Colors, Mr. Hobby thinner. That stuff works amazingly. Got some Alclade paints, already water-based, ready to go out the bottle. Got some gunmetal, some aluminum, some dark aluminum there. And guys, this is what I won at the raffle. It was the big $10 raffle ticket, and I came away with it. This is it's the $120 Amazon paint booth, single fan. This thing works amazingly. Really happy with it. I got it routed into this little plastic bin just so I don't get paint and stuff all over the wall and all over the floor. LOL. But this is all my spray cans. Don't really have a lot. Still building up my collection of different colors and stuff. And for you guys that don't know, okay, when you try out a new paint, use the spoon method. Spray a spoon that's made of the same plastic material as a model. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but same plastic material, and that way like if you're trying to do either trying to see a certain color, what it's gonna look like, or if you're trying to do a color on top of a color, or a color like a pearl on top of the color, try it on a spoon first, because you wanna make sure that there's no chemical reaction between the two paints. Because as far as we know, there's no way of knowing if it's gonna chemically react with each other. So try it on a spoon before you put it on your perfect model, before you're about to paint it and completely ruin it and have to start all over again. So just a piece of advice, buy you a 99-cent, $1 pack of spoons and just have them there so you can spray that first before you just go crazy and start spraying your model and completely ruin it. But actually this paint booth, like my last one, it's just gotten to the point to where it's too gunked up. I get dirt and debris and everything on, even after how many times I've tried to clean it. Got debris all inside my body of my models, and had to start over multiple times. So I was very blessed by East Coast Model Club to be able to attain this. So I want to give them a shout out. I really do appreciate it. I know it was sheer luck, but it's good luck. So I want to thank them for that. Another last cool thing, I actually have these outlets wired into, or the switch wired into the outlet. So when I come in here, all I have to do is flip the switch and the light comes on. And then whenever I leave, I can just walk out, flip the switch, and it cuts it off. So, but yeah, guys, really happy with this. Air compressor, I'm in the works also of getting a new air compressor because that's one of the cheaper Amazon ones. Want to get me a nice air compressor so I can start, you know, just doing a little bit better on my airbrush jobs and pretty much get up to that professional level. But yeah, this is it, guys. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you all for tuning in to Robert's Model Garage. I love you all very much. And until the next video, your garage, your rules. See you next time.